All right. Hi. So, have you heard about romanticizing your life? Have you heard about having an aesthetic life? Have you wondered if the life you have is worthy of being romanticized? Or are you just wondering, what is this about? What is romanticized? What is aesthetic? What does this even mean? Well, great. If any of these apply to you, then stick around and we'll explore these ideas a bit together because I also have had all of these thoughts myself. Welcome to Simple Jackie Joy. Here we talk to women who are single, solo, or simply searching for self. Together, we will explore different ways to find simple joys in a wide variety of parts of our lives. But for today, this video is inspired by a wonderful video that I somehow was suggested, How to Romanticize Your Life Even When It's Not Aesthetic by Krizia Official. And I loved that she mentions really great practical tips on how to do this, on how to romanticize your life. And she talks about gratitude, and then she talks about some other specific tips that, I'll let you go see her video to find out what else she has to say. It was a wonderful video. And for me, I started to really think about what does it mean to romanticize? And what does it mean to have an aesthetic life? Romanticize for me does connect to this idea of awe and wonder, that Disney princess situation. Not that all of us want to be Disney princesses, that's not what I'm saying, but that sense of appreciation, that sense of reverence for life. And then when I think about having an aesthetic life, well, I guess that's connected to, oh, the visuals, right? Is my life good for the gram? Is my life good for photos? Is my life something that will inspire other people to maybe buy things or to um, have others experience or witness what they have or what I have? But I think that romanticizing one's life, I think it could go general, where your whole life can be worthy of appreciation, of awe, of wonder, no matter what the visuals of your life look like. But I can also understand for how some of us, we can't think about being in awe of the totality of our lives. We may need to focus at different times in our lives on very specific things. And I think that's also okay. I think it's really good to be able to recognize the things that make us feel wonderful, the things that bring pleasure, the things that we're grateful for. When I looked up aesthetic, it has two parts of the definition. So there's the adjective. So aesthetic as an adjective, and there are a few definitions relating to or dealing with aesthetics or the beautiful, or pleasing in appearance, or be something that is appreciative of, responsive to, or zealous about the beautiful. But there's also the noun version of this word, and it could be connected to a particular theory of aesthetics, the conceptions around beauty and art, a particular taste for or approach, or it could simply be a pleasing appearance or effect. This effect part is what I'm really holding on to. What is something in my life, or what are the things in my life that bring a pleasing effect? If I think about that, I can think of at least one thing in my life that causes a pleasing effect. And I guess I'm saying this because it's very hard for me to think like, how can someone say that their life is not aesthetic? It's possible maybe when we're in moments of struggle, but for me, I do want to try to focus on what are the things that bring a pleasing effect, however small. And they may not necessarily be things that are going to look good for the gram, but they bring a pleasing effect. And how can I not be in awe or in appreciation or in love with those things? In love in the sense of just reverence, gratitude, sometimes humility. So there are a few examples. For me, I have a couple plants, snake plants. They're so resilient. They're so robust. They can go weeks without being watered. I'm so grateful for the beauty that they bring into my life. I'm so grateful for their forgiveness, right? If I'm not watering them as often maybe as I could be, but they are just resilient and still going strong. They do bring a pleasing effect in their own how appearance, but also, like I said, in that subtle forgiveness and understanding and compassion, because that's how they are. They're robust plants. And that's, I guess, why I chose them. So we're in harmony with each other. We accept each other the way we are. There's also this fork in my drawer. It's chaotic. I don't think it would be considered aesthetic right now. It would be wonderful for me to just get a brand new set of cutlery, forks, knives, spoons. But right now, it's a jumble. But there are one or two forks and spoons. Maybe they came from a set long ago. I don't know at this point. But I love them so much. They're the right weight. They have the right carvings in the handles. They are the right size for my proportions, or the right proportions for me. When I eat with them, it's me and the spoon, me and the fork. We are together. I don't feel cumbersome when I use them, or the experience of eating isn't cumbersome when I use them. How can I not be in awe of the way that they support me when I want to do one of my favorite things, which is eat? And I search for those forks. I search for those spoons. And those are the ones I go to each and every time. It's a very simple, small thing, but I appreciate them so, so much. I see how they bring and I experience the pleasure of those items. To me, sure, they they represent aesthetic in the sense of they bring pleasure. And then simply the sunlight that comes into my apartment. Grateful so much. I'm so grateful for the sunlight that comes into my apartment each and every day that it does. And then in the days when it doesn't, I can appreciate the rain. I can appreciate a little bit of a cloudy sky, a little overcast, because that range of experience makes each one, a little bit more lovely in its own way. But I love that sunlight. And I loved being it outside, but I also love how it's so generous in a way in the ways it comes through the windows in my apartment. Is it the windows of a high-rise apartment? No. And that's fine. But I appreciate that very, very much. So comment below. What about for you? What's maybe one or two things in your life that bring that sense of pleasure, that pleasing effect? And what is it like that brings that sense of awe and appreciation and gratitude about? Like, what is it about them that you think inspires that sense of appreciation, that awe, what they're saying romanticize, that romance? Put it in the comment below, one or two things. And if this is a conversation that you'd want to have with your friends, find out from them, what are two things that you like that bring a pleasing effect in your life that you can express gratitude and appreciation and reverence for? Share with each other, inspire each other. For me, plants, a couple beautiful pieces of cutlery. Actually, they're very just simple, honestly. They just make me happy. And sunlight. What would it be for you? What would it be for your friends? Share this video and then talk with them about it. Like this video and subscribe. so we can continue this conversation around those simple joys. Thanks for joining, and we'll see you soon. Later for now.